Hey guys, Scott here, Pine Barren Craftsman. I have a fun one for you guys today. I don't know if you guys had these growing up, the old G.I. Joe kit. I'm just going to do a quick how-to repair and fix these old homies, man. They're down. I've got man down. We got the head out. This is just a lighthearted video that I'm trying to, go through a little bit of toys that I'm going to be getting rid of, or maybe, holding on to. And after what, I don't know, 20-something years, 25 years sitting in storage, maybe more, what these guys turn into. Now, inside them, I don't have one right here, but I can maybe when I open this guy up. This is, let me break this back down for us. This is how these G.I. Joes are put together. There's one screw in their back plate here, and standard Phillips screwdriver. And I went to Napa and I picked up some replacement O-rings. This is a 7/16 inside diameter, 5/8 outside diameter neoprene O-ring, or rubber, synthetic rubber O-ring. That's what they called it. It's like $1. I think 69 cents for one, and there was another one that was for hydraulic hoses, which was a little bit more expensive, like $1.29. And what I discovered, is that they work perfectly to repair these guys, okay? So this is one of my favorite G.I. Joes, and he let loose. So here we go. You start out with this hook, okay? There's a hook in here. Looks like a coat hanger. Looks like a question mark. Hook my O-ring around that. Make sure it fits. The thickness of the O-ring needs to fit that hook pretty snugly, and look, it's sitting there by itself. It's actually got some good tension, which makes it easier for the next step. Next step. Here's the pants. Here's the whitey tighties, okay? Oh. You basically guide that O-ring. There's a slot in the base of the underwear, or let's call it the hip and the gluteus maximusums, going through the area of the central anal area. We're going through the butt area, okay? And we're trying to hook that O-ring through the birth canal. Where are we at here? Let's get it right this time. I'm pinching the O-ring slightly. I'm gonna try to send it through there, and I'm going to try to hook it with the screwdriver. I'm sure you could have another tool. I'm sure overseas they got all sorts of tools when they used to build these. Okay, so boom. Now the hips are landed in the sockets for the legs, see? And I'm holding the O-ring to hold everything together. Now, next step. The back or rear section of the torso, we want to put that O-ring over the screw mount. So there's a screw mount here. Those are the female threads for the little tiny screw, which I didn't show you guys yet. And what we want to do is, we got a head, okay? It's going to be difficult. You have to lean the torso back, and you have to add the chest plate or the breastplate. Okay, gently. Don't snap it together, because there's two little tits there that line it up. See these little pins? They line up, and there's a female side on this side. Get them close so they're aligned and starting to kind of connect-ish. Just enough. Okay, you have to lean the chest back a little bit. That's what helps me. It's underneath a little bit of tension. Okay, and we're going to try to slide in the right arm. There's a little mushroom on the end of it. Slide the right arm in. And as it's going in, we want it to close the breastplate to the torso, rear back plate. Snuggy wuggy. Trying to get that all to kind of hold. So you don't want it to snap all the way in, because now I can't get the arm, and that's completely engaged. So I got to try to finagle this one in without losing this arm, okay? The right arm, the left arm. and then the head goes at the end, right? So it's a little bit of trial and error, trying to keep this spread open just enough to slide this in. There's just enough room to insert this elbow. Oh, see? And you don't want to break those components because everything's old. So the plastic, I'm surprised that it's good quality. Like, you know, the joints, it's just the way that they connected them with that rubber O-ring. What's the shelf life of that O-ring? They didn't, you know, slouch on the design aspects from this generation of toys. They really stepped it up. You know, the He-Man generation, the G.I. Joe generation, there was a lot of engineering going on in these toys. And it's a shame they're not worth more. Not because I want to make money off them, because I do, but, you know, they made so many of them. All right, lean it back. I'm having a little hard time here because I think this O-ring is a little tighter than the ones I started with, which is a good thing. I don't mind it being tight because the control of the body will be a little bit more stiff or a little bit of friction. So the arms will actually stay put. See how nice they hold? Because everything's under tension. So we got the one arm in. I'm going to try to spread this open just enough to get this one in. Okay. Okay, we got two there. And now the headpiece has two pins on it. Kind of like a Frankenstein, but that goes underneath the collar. It's underneath the shirt. And that is what aligns them. Okay, so there he is. Okay, he's got his arms and his legs and his elbows, right? Everything's working independently. Hips actually hold position. See, if you had a loose O-ring, or if you tried doing this with a rubber band, I don't think it would have the same function. Okay, little screw right here. It's pretty easy. Just send it in. That one's a little rusty. Probably could have soaked it in some WD-40 and gave it a little touch just to get the rust off of it. And just snug it. Okay, we're not like trying to break the plastic here. We're trying to just snug it in. There he is. This thing has been apart the longest. I think he was broke 6 years ago, last time I looked through these. Maybe 10 years ago. He was a fast breaker because I think I played with him a lot. But he holds, you know, holds his function. Okay, you can walk him. You can talk him. You can beat him down. So this guy, you know, as long as you got the parts, see his butt? See how there's a hole there in his butt? That's where it all worked. He's done. His head stays put. It's got a good feeling. I don't know if these are going to break down over time because like dissolves like. That's one thing I learned in science class in middle school or high school. So you got to watch silicone versus rubber versus neoprene versus all the different types. They call this synthetic rubber, and by the looks of what was here, I think it was just a basic rubber. Now this dude, I don't know what happened. I think that I didn't realize that there was a screw back here as a young man, and I started to wrap old tape cassette ribbon. I wrapped him with old tape cassette ribbon, and I guess some kind of reaction occurred, or maybe there was glue there. So I'm going to chip all this crap off and try to get back down to his red shirt, and then I'm going to see how this screw holds. But he's going to have to come apart, and he's going to have to get a new O-ring. I'll do that right in front of you. Because it looks like that screw is pretty backed out. I'm hoping, you know, look, that just broke right off, whatever this was. Yeah, I think this is like the halfway fix of a common, you know, kid just trying to fix his toy. Goes to the glue bottles. Yeah, see, so he's all clean underneath. I just gave him a freshening up. So let's see. Did this screw strip out? Or did it loosen? What is the reason? Check that out. There's all glue up inside of them. It's crazy. Crazy glue. Now, the O-ring